It's bad behavior. I don't know. My team support me. Yeah, Usyk. It's a normal when team support your team.
Any of them. I'll fight any of them, anytime, anywhere.
But who's the best matchup for you?
I want to challenge myself against the best in the world, and that's Usyk. Usyk has beaten Joshua, Usyk has beaten Tyson, Usyk has beaten Dubois. He's beaten everyone that's put in front of him.
Do you think Usyk's potential? Do you think there is a potential for him to fight Usyk?
Usyk will blow the smoke out. Usyk will kill him.
Usyk's reply slaps Parker harder than any punch, calm, ruthless, and dripping with class. While Parker screams nonsense about Graves, Usyk shrugs, calling it nothing but street fight trash talk. He doesn't waste energy on clowns. For Usyk, Parker's words are already defeated before the fight even begins.
It's bad behavior first. Enough. Yeah, it's a little bit about sports. It's like street fight, yeah. If my man who support me, yeah, oh, I kill you, boom, boom. Listen, for me, I don't care.
But Parker still tries to sound bold, pretending he's ready for the king. Parker's words land cheap, but Usyk's reaction was pure fire. That grave comment crossed every line, and it lit a fuse in the Ukrainian champion. Usyk isn't laughing anymore. He's deadly serious. Parker wanted controversy. He's just created a monster who's ready to silence him inside the ring.
I'm waiting, I'm determined. I want to fight the best, and you're the best. It's going to be the battle of the gaps. Who's got the best gap in the business? And I think I got the best one. When you're done, when you're finished with your holiday, I'll see you.
Bello calls it straight. Parker is dangerous, but not enough. After throwing those disgusting low-blow words outside the ring, Parker's already lost respect. Usyk, meanwhile, has shifted gears. He's no longer just boxing for belts. He's hunting for pride, ready to beat Parker into silence.
It'll be interesting to see if that's going to make a difference against Oleksandr Usyk. I do think he's in the fight. I do think it's a dangerous fight, but ultimately, I think it's one he'll lose. I think.
And Bello digs deeper, pointing out Parker's biggest struggle. Bello exposes the truth. Parker's rusted too many pauses, no rhythm, no fire. Against Usyk, that's suicide. You can't step in half-cooked against a man this sharp. Parker might talk tough outside the ring, but inside, inactivity will make him look lost and helpless.
Joseph Parker is struggling from inactivity at the moment because he's been so used to fighting back to back to back.
Yeah.
You
it's
know,
not his own fault by any means.
No, it's not a disturbance in the Bacoli fight that he was all going ahead, and you know, Bacoli jumps in. Sorry, you know, all of the disturbance of the Dubois fight. It's just he's in a rock and a hard place, Joseph Parker, because he knows the shot's coming, but he also wants to stay busy and active.
Yeah.
Mackenzie says at loud levels, Parker can huff, puff, and flex, but he's nowhere near Usyk's class. The Ukrainian's a master of discipline, tactics, and precision. Champions don't slide, they rise, and Usyk's unbeaten run is proof. Parker, he's still knocking on the door of greatness, miles away.
I feel that even that performance is not enough to beat Oleksandr Usyk, because boxing's all about levels. And Usyk isn't the kind of, as I said before, Usyk's not on the slide. He's not, and he would, you know, once you set out your game plan and you get your tactics and ABCD right, as Usyk has done, that's why he's unbeaten and a two division unified 4-belt era champion. That's what separates the good from the great.
Andy Lee claims Parker has erased those pauses that cost him before, but against Oleksandr Usyk, this isn't enough. Usyk doesn't just wait for mistakes, he creates them. His angles, feints, and relentless pressure force even disciplined fighters into breaking. Parker's improvement might work against mid-level opposition, but Usyk operates on an entirely different level. The Ukrainian thrives on mental warfare, dictating pace and rhythm, dragging opponents into his trap. Parker may train endlessly to remove breaks, but the ring tells a harsher truth. Usyk's style ensures flaws are exposed sooner or later. Eliminating pauses doesn't erase the gulf in class. Against the pound-for-pound king, Parker's fix is just a temporary patch on a much bigger problem.
Everybody wants to fight the best of their era. Hamza wants to fight Canelo. Joe wants to fight Usyk. We always want to challenge ourselves as fighters, and we're up for the challenge.
And when the WBO steps in, Parker's shot feels more like formality than destiny. Frank Warren confirms Parker's chance comes through WBO politics, not dominance. Mandatory slots open doors, but they don't prove readiness. Usyk is the undisputed #1, holding belts through brilliance and consistency. Parker, meanwhile, finds himself here by timing, not through beating the division's elite. Warren's push for a UK venue highlights the business appeal more than competitive balance. Fans know these mandated fights often expose the huge gulf between champion and challenger, and against Usyk, the gap is frighteningly wide. Parker will step through the ropes, but stepping up to the level required is another matter entirely. What the paperwork demands won't change the reality Usyk delivers.
As I was saying before the fight, we now know who holds the belts, who's the #1, and he's going to have to make his mandatories now. And his first mandatory is the WBO against Joe Parker. So Joe Parker will get his opportunity. That's BO basically said we've got to start negotiating with each other, and that's what we're doing. I'd love to put the fight on in the UK.
Parker insists he's fully focused, backed by his team from both New Zealand and America. But in truth, every challenger says the same before facing greatness. Focus won't neutralize Usyk's brilliance. The Ukrainian has dismantled fighters who came in with stronger resumes, sharper tools, and greater physical advantages. Usyk doesn't just test preparation, he breaks it down, forcing fighters to abandon plans under pressure. Parker's commitment sounds noble, but the difference lies in adaptability, a skill Usyk has mastered and Parker hasn't displayed at this level. Determination will carry him a few rounds, perhaps even moments of competitiveness. But once Usyk switches gears, that focus won't be enough to survive the storm that's coming.
You can't really think about that or worry about that fight until you get this one done and dusted. But this is our full focus. Myself, Andy, George, the whole team that's here from New Zealand, America, I got Rob here. Our full focus is on this fight.
Carl Froch nails it. Parker may deserve the payday, but not the belief. His resume shows defeats to fighters nowhere near Usyk's caliber. If he couldn't overcome Dillian White, how can he hope to trouble the man who outclassed Anthony Joshua twice and unified 2 weight divisions? Parker's fast hands and high work rate sound impressive, but against a counterpuncher as sharp as Usyk, those traits can become liabilities. Froch's question is blunt but fair. Does anyone truly give Parker a chance? Respect aside, this feels more like duty than destiny. Parker has done enough to earn the opportunity, but not the respect of being seen as a genuine threat. Against Usyk, the gap remains glaring.
Parker did the business. Parker's done everything he needs to do now to warrant a shot at Usyk. But would you even give Joseph Parker a chance at Usyk? It'd be an interesting fight. Quite fast hands, high work rate. But let's not forget who Parker's lost to already. I mean, he lost to Dillian White a few years ago, and he's since been beaten a few times by people that really couldn't lace Usyk boots. And I'm not having a go at Joseph Parker. And I do think that if anybody deserves a fight, he does. He deserves the fight, deserves the payday. But is anybody realistically giving Joseph Parker a chance against Oleksandr?
Spencer Oliver raises the million-dollar question. Who on earth can actually beat Usyk? The answer, as of now, is nobody. Yet the WBO mandate drags Parker into the spotlight. Sure, Parker deserves the opportunity by Q, but does that translate into being Usyk's toughest challenge? Not realistically. Mandatory obligations are politics, not proof of superiority. Oliver calls Parker the biggest challenge right now, but that speaks more about the heavyweight division's depth than Parker's actual credentials. Usyk has already mastered champions, unified divisions, and faced elite-level pressure under brighter lights than Parker has ever imagined. When Oliver frames Parker as a challenge, it feels almost polite, a nod to the fact that anyone, has to fight Usyk next. But boxing fans know better. This isn't the division's most dangerous man stepping up. It's simply the next in line, and when the bell rings, Oliver's polite words won't save Parker from the gulf in skill that awaits him.
And you just go, who's going to beat him? You know, who is that guy? I think the guy that deserves a shot next, by the way, is Joseph Parker. He's the guy that's been waiting, and I think the WBO have mandated that fight. So unless Oleksandr Usyk vacates the belt, he will have to fight Joseph Parker next. That'll be an interesting fight. That's probably his biggest challenge.
And even Anthony Joshua weighed in, giving Parker his blessing for a second title shot. Anthony Joshua shows respect for Parker, backing him for another crack at world glory. But beneath his supportive words lies a harsh reality. Joshua knows firsthand the mountain that Usyk represents. If AJ himself, with size, pedigree, and experience, couldn't solve Usyk's puzzle in 2 fights, how can Parker? Joshua admits it openly. Becoming a 2-time champion is brutally difficult. It's not just about talent or desire. It's about having the tools to deal with someone who redefines heavyweight boxing. Parker, while durable and likable, hasn't displayed the adaptability or ring IQ to outthink a technician like Usyk. AJ's rooting for him feels more like a friendly endorsement than genuine belief. In truth, Joshua knows Usyk separates contenders from champions. And while Parker stands at the door, history shows that door is locked tight when Usyk is inside. Support and goodwill won't bridge that gap.
He needs a world title shot. He was supposed to get it tonight, and he will get it, 100%. And I'm rooting for him to become 2-time champion of the world. It's not an easy feat. It's one thing, like he was there. He was on the door of it today. In terms of with the Dubois fight, but it shows you how tough it is. It ain't just like how good are you, it's the stars have got to align. Just to get that champion in the ring takes a bit of like luck as well. So
Roy Jones Jr. offers praise, calling Parker the best guy right now, but the reasoning is telling. Parker isn't the biggest, so he moves better. He's comfortable. He's got Andy Lee in his corner, and yes, his combinations have improved. These are incremental steps, not monumental ones, against journeyman or fringe contenders. Such qualities make Parker stand out. Against Usyk, they barely register. The Ukrainian has mastered opponents with more speed, more combinations, and even greater trainers backing them. Roy's admiration for Parker's improvements feels fair, but boxing at the elite level isn't about comfort. It's about execution under fire, under pressure, when the lights are brightest. Usyk has lived in that space his entire career, from cruiserweight domination to heavyweight unification. Parker, meanwhile, has faltered in these moments. Jones frames it as a good fight for both fighters, but for Usyk, it's less about good and more about legacy. For Parker, it's about survival.
The best guy right now is Joseph Parker. Why? Because he's not a big heavyweight. He's quick, he throws combinations. He has a great trainer with him now in Andy Lee, and he's more comfortable than I've ever seen him in his whole career. And so I think that is actually a very good fight for both fighters.
This clash isn't just another fight, it's a battle of legacy. If Oleksandr Usyk wins, he cements himself as the undisputed genius of this era, proving once again that skill, IQ, and mental strength outweigh size and height. A victory would silence any doubters and remind the world why he's the pound-for-pound king. But if Joseph Parker shocks the world, it would be the biggest upset in modern heavyweight history, rewriting his entire career overnight. The stakes couldn't be higher. One man defends greatness, the other fights for relevance. The question is, who truly wants it more? Is Parker hungry enough to overcome all odds? Or is Usyk simply too sharp, too relentless, and too battle-tested to be toppled? Fans, it's over to you. Are you backing Usyk's brilliance? Or do you believe Parker can deliver the unthinkable? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.